fire raged. It was incredibly destructive. You're trapped quite high up in the building, but I'm going to put this out. We may have to wait a while, even though it's not a risk anymore that we will be burned by the flames. There is still a lot of damaged wood about. We must wait here. We must wait for backup. I'm going to check you over and make sure you're okay. Don't worry. We'll be out of here soon. Hey, how you feeling? Yeah, have some water. That's it. It's fine. You're alright now. It's good to get your fluids up. All this heat. Okay. Well, help is on its way. It's a very traumatizing experience. I managed to put out all of the fire, okay? The damaged wood is still a risk, so I'm not comfortable taking you out through this building just yet. I'm going to wait for some backup, and then there's a spot where they can put a ladder up, and then it's a case of us going down that, so I'm going to take you down that, okay? Don't worry. Okay, but we just need to wait until that comes, okay? So just relax. I'm going to clean this ash off your face. That's it, just relax. Just relax. Everything's fine. You're safe now. You're completely safe now. It's all alright. Do you remember what happened? You just remember waking up and you could smell the smoke. And then you realised that the building was on fire, but you didn't know how to get out. You saw the flames underneath the stairwell. And you realised you couldn't get downstairs. You stayed in here, and then eventually I came through the door. Okay. What's that? If you tell me something, I promise I won't laugh. Of course I won't laugh. Really? That's fascinating. You say that your uncle is a biologist who found a dragon, a baby dragon, and crossed its DNA with frogs that can jump very high, and the frogs have the ability to breathe fire now. Okay, and the dragon has the ability to swim underwater and jump high, so he's crossed the attributes over. That's extraordinary. And so do you think that's something to do with how the fire started? You think the frogs escaped and set fire to the building? Well, of course I'm not going to laugh at you. Why do I not sound surprised? Well, I am surprised about the frogs. The reason I'm not surprised about the dragon, though, is because I'm actually a magical firefighter, and we deal with dragons every other case that we go to. Yeah. It's just not commonly talked about. We only deal with cases that seem to have supernatural connections, like this one, when there is a suspicious circumstance that is not related to the norm. We usually have investigators that come here very quickly whilst we're putting out a fire, and they'll tell us whether or not they think it's supernatural. And if it isn't, then other firefighters will take over and we will go somewhere else. But if it is, we will stay and conduct the investigation. And that's very much appropriate for this case. So, it's not that I'm surprised about the dragon, but it is a bit worrying that there are now these leaping frogs that can also breathe fire, and I'm concerned about them escaping and reproducing for obvious reasons. But that's not your fault. Where is your uncle? He's out. He was out when the fire started, so he's due back at some point. Okay. Well, I would like to have a chat with him about that. If you could just sort of pop this on your chest. Listen, don't worry, you're not in trouble. Okay, don't worry. Just pop that on your chest. Just take a deep breath in for me. So, and hold it. Good. And out. And a deep breath in again. Good, and hold it. And out. And one more time. Good, and hold it. And out. Your uncle isn't in trouble. It's just that we need to stress to him the danger of these kind of experiments. We deal with fires every day, obviously. And it's like the amount of things we see that could have been preventable. And so it's our job to try to educate people to stop this sort of thing from happening, obviously, as a protective service. That's our role, is to primarily protect people. So, your uncle isn't in trouble and he hasn't committed any crimes. I don't think there is any legislation for crossbreeding or mixing the DNA of frogs with dragons. Most government lawmakers aren't aware of the supernatural, or indeed services like the one that I'm in. So there may be a few people that want to talk to him, but I can assure you he will not be in any serious trouble. Okay? All of this is about damage control. If we just do some short, sharp breaths, okay? Just going to pop out on your chest again, and then we're going to be checking both lungs. So we're going to start off with the lung on the right hand side, okay? So you just copy what I do. So That's it. Good. And again. Good. And again. That's lovely. And one more. That's excellent on this side. Okay. And again. Okay. And again. Good. And just one more. That's lovely. That all seems fine. I mean, did you notice that you breathed in much smoke at all? Okay, I think that you have probably gotten away with that. Your decision to stay away from the hallway and seal up the doors has proved to be a very good decision. So that is something that can be very damaging, obviously. Smoke inhalation. I'm very pleased that that's not happened in this case. I'm just going to take your blood pressure. Okay. Sure you've seen one of these before, you've had this done at the doctor's. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to put this on your arm, okay? There we go. That's good. Okay. Then I'm just going to squeeze this and you're going to notice some pressure building up as it tightens around your arm, okay? Okay. That all looks good, that looks fine. How do you find your blood pressure normally? Is that something you've had a problem with? Oh, that's good. And do you meditate or anything like that? You do? Good, good. It's very helpful. I'm just going to pop this on your other arm, on your right arm. And we're just going to do this side as well, okay? That's good, so your blood pressure is fine. Okay. Now, something that can happen is you can get smoke irritation around your eyes. Okay. And, it's a bit like when you're having a bonfire and you can get smoke in your eye. It can be quite painful. And that can cause the irritation and the eye to start to water up. So I just want to check your eyes over, okay? You're going to be thoroughly checked at the hospital, but whilst we're here now waiting, I think it would be a good thing for me to take a look at. Okay. Just going to have a little look in your eye here, okay? That's it, just relax. That's it. Just relax. Have a little look in your left eye, okay? That's it, just stay completely still. A little look in your left eye there. That's it, just stay completely still there. Okay. Just gonna have a little look in your right eye as well, okay? And just completely relax, that's it. That's good. Now what I want you to do is, I want you to just look up for me with your left eye. Just look up, okay? That's it, just look up. Good. That's good. Perfect. That's good. Just look up and then just look down for me. That's good. That's wonderful. Okay. Do you notice any irritation at all? Okay. And then this eye, with your right eye, if you could just look up for me. That's wonderful. Do you notice any irritation at all? And if you could look down for me, that's lovely. Any irritation or pain there? Good. Okay. What I'm going to do now is I want to check your ears. Okay. So I'm just going to look around here. And we're just going to look inside your ear now. Okay. Now, do you notice any damage at all? Because sometimes you can have loud bangs from things like the gas explosions and stuff like that. From falling wood, you can get quite loud bangs. Okay. So I just want to hear. See if there's any damage there. Can you notice anything? Any pain? Brilliant. We're just going to check this side as well, okay? Because often, there's a lot of hot air moving around, and a lot of build-up of pressure can build up, and that can be quite damaging on the hearing, okay? You haven't found that? There's no pain there. That's brilliant. How are you feeling for water? Would you like some water? Here you go. There you go. Drink that. There's plenty of water in here. That's good. That's it. Have as much as you need. Good. Okay. Everything's looking fine. Okay. I'm not concerned about anything. What's that? You fell over. When you ran back into the room, you tripped up and you fell down on your hand. Okay, was it this hand? This one? Okay. Just put your hand up for me. So look at that. Okay. How does that feel? Right, just squeeze around your wrist. How does that feel? A little bit tender. So just move your hand just to the left for me. That's it. And move to the right for me. Okay. How does that feel? A bit tender. Okay. Just raise it up for me. Okay, just right back down. That's okay. Can you twist it round for me? Like this. You do that. Good. And the other way. Good. Okay. I think you've probably sprained it. I couldn't feel any break in there, and it would have been pretty considerably more painful if it had been broken. Okay, so I think you've probably sprained your wrist, which can be very painful, but that just needs a bit of time. Alright, but if you mention that to them, and I'll mention it as well, then they can look at doing an x-ray on that, so we can make sure that there's no breaking or any fracturing in there. You will be, is there anywhere you can stay? Because if not, your insurance company will be in contact about a possible hotel for you. Because obviously this building is going to have a lot of work done on it. So what I would say is, if you get together the things that you want to take, the bare minimum necessities, don't worry, the rest of it can be got later, but we need to check the building out, you're going to be able to get your stuff. It's just, we're not going to be able to take it at the moment. So if you work out what you want to take to the hospital, and then you can go to a hotel from there, and we'll make sure that your uncle gets in touch with you. Okay. And then the fire's out now, so it's just going to be a case of arranging to come back and get everything for everyone. Okay. The building is secure. It's just we need to make sure that there's no rafters or anything that could fall down. So we can't just have people wandering around here at the moment until it's been properly checked out. Okay. All right. But you're okay. That's the thing. That's the main thing. You're all right. All right. And it's all going to get sorted. And my next job is to find those frogs. So I'll come and check on you at the hospital tomorrow. All right. All right. Well, it was nice to meet you. And you look after yourself and make sure you get plenty of rest. Okay. Well, I'm just going to go and check and see if I can see the backup arriving. Okay. Just wait here. I'll see you in a minute.